Imagine this. For months, Voyager 1, a spacecraft older than the Internet itself, fell into silence. 15 billion miles from Earth, its voice disappeared. No signal. No data. Nothing but an absence so deep it felt like the universe itself had drawn a curtain. Scientists feared the inevitable had come at last, that our most distant explorer had finally died in the dark. And then, just as hope was burning out, a whisper returned. But it wasn't a routine update, not a simple reboot or system check. What Voyager 1 sent back cracked open the illusion we've always carried, that the void beyond the sun was empty. Because what Voyager revealed wasn't emptiness at all. It was structure. It was motion. It was pressure, boundaries, and echoes. Voyager had crossed to the other side. But what it found there is nothing like what anyone expected. When Voyager 1 first pierced the heliopause in 2012, it became the first human-made object to truly leave the sun's protective bubble. Many assumed it would drift into eternal quiet, swallowed by a starless vacuum. Instead, in April 2024, after months of scrambled transmissions, Voyager woke again. What it began sending shook astrophysics to its core. Out there, space isn't silent. It hums. A steady, low-frequency vibration fills the interstellar medium like the pulse of something alive. Voyager's plasma wave detector caught the sound, a faint, endless resonance, as if the galaxy itself has a heartbeat. But it wasn't only the hum. The probe also recorded sudden density spikes, bursts of pressure like shockwaves left behind by long-dead supernovas. It was as though Voyager had sailed into a sea of memory, passing through invisible ripples written by ancient stellar deaths. Interstellar space is not an empty corridor. It is an ocean, restless and layered. And Voyager is humanity's fragile boat, drifting blind through weather we never knew existed. As it pushed deeper, Voyager uncovered more. Its magnetometer picked up a sharp misalignment in the galactic magnetic field, twisting violently against the sun's own magnetic boundary, like tectonic plates grinding together. This wasn't random chaos. It was patterned, structured, suggesting that the Milky Way itself has a hidden skeleton, a magnetic lattice shaping how matter flows and how it stalls. Some areas deflect cosmic rays, while others funnel them like radiation rivers through the dark. Voyager's path carried it straight across one such threshold, where particles accelerated by ancient black holes and dying stars slammed into the spacecraft at near light speed. These weren't gradual changes. They were abrupt, sudden, like stepping off a shoreline not into sand but into a cliff. For decades, scientists pictured the sun's heliosphere as a gentle gradient that faded into nothing. Voyager has shattered that illusion. It's not a gradient at all. It's a wall. And beyond it, the rules change. By late 2023, the mission seemed over. Voyager's signals grew garbled, its data unreadable. Engineers feared the spacecraft's aging electronics were finally collapsing. But NASA refused to give up. After painstaking analysis, they traced the issue to a single corrupted memory chip, likely struck by a cosmic ray, the very phenomenon Voyager was out there studying. What followed was one of the most daring rescues in spaceflight history. From 15 billion miles away, engineers rerouted Voyager's software into backup memory, using 1970s hardware controlled by commands that required 22 hours just to arrive. It was like performing delicate brain surgery with tools from another era, across a gulf of space and time. But it worked. By April 2024, Voyager stirred back to life. First came engineering data. Then its magnetometer. Then plasma and cosmic ray detectors. One by one, the spacecraft's instruments awakened, each delivering something no telescope, no simulation, no AI could ever provide: first-hand readings from the deep between the stars. Voyager wasn't just revived. It was reborn. What it is sending now is more than data. It's a map, a living, breathing atlas of interstellar space. Scientists are stitching Voyager's findings into what may become humanity's first galactic navigation chart. Not a map of planets or stars, but of radiation zones, magnetic walls, and invisible cloudlets. Voyager has already passed through at least 2 such interstellar clouds, regions of denser plasma that behave like invisible fog banks. Each had its own conditions, its own magnetic fingerprints, its own hidden climate. One day, these maps could guide future explorers along natural safe corridors, shielding them from the lethal radiation of the galaxy. But there's more. Some astrophysicists now argue that Voyager's readings may help explain how stars are born. The way these invisible structures funnel matter may determine where suns ignite and where they do not. Voyager is no longer just a probe. It is a cartographer of the unseen, a scout tracing the skeleton of the Milky Way itself. We used to think interstellar space was uniform, a random scatter of particles across unfathomable distances. Voyager is showing us otherwise. It's not emptiness but weather, with currents, eddies, and storms. Its plasma wave instruments detect sudden shifts in temperature and energy, like invisible pockets of mist. These aren't chaotic accidents. They're layered, structured, distinct. Voyager has revealed the outlines of interstellar cloudlets, dense concentrations of gas and plasma sculpted by stars long extinct. Some resonate with low-frequency hums like distant thunder. Others contain magnetic pressure strong enough to warp the paths of cosmic rays. In earthly terms, it's like discovering deep sea currents in what we thought was desert air. Perhaps most mysterious of all, Voyager may now be brushing the edges of the local bubble, an enormous cavity in space spanning hundreds of light years, carved out by a chain of ancient supernovas. Its boundaries ripple with density changes and warped magnetic fields, scars left by stellar explosions that shook the galaxy millions of years ago. Voyager is passing through these scars, recording charged particles and shockwaves still echoing from those long-dead stars. It is, quite literally, sailing through a graveyard of suns. And yet, the eeriest revelation is the one Voyager whispers constantly. Silence does not exist. The plasma wave sensors hear low-frequency tones, unending, shifting subtly as the probe drifts through new regions. These sounds aren't cosmic background radiation, nor are they familiar emissions. They are the resonance of the galaxy itself, a hum carried through plasma and magnetic fields, a song of the interstellar medium. Some believe it is simply turbulence. Others wonder if it is the natural resonance of the Milky Way, a kind of galactic heartbeat. But whatever it is, Voyager is moving through it, and we on Earth are hearing it for the first time. Voyager's findings are reshaping how we view the galaxy. Space is not flat emptiness but terrain, with ridges of radiation, valleys of low intensity, and walls carved by supernovas. Each shift in density, each variation in cosmic rays is a landmark. For the first time, we are beginning to chart the topography of interstellar space. These invisible features are not only hazards. They are also pathways. Future explorers may one day travel along corridors of low radiation revealed by Voyager's trail, using the galaxy's hidden structures as guides. Voyager 1 was never built to find life or to conquer worlds. It was launched as a question flung into the dark, carrying only a golden record and our collective curiosity. Yet what it is uncovering now is bigger than any one answer. It is proving that space is not still, not silent, not dead. It is layered. It is structured. It is alive with memory. The heliosphere that sheltered us is no longer just a bubble. It is a fragile cocoon. And outside it lies an ocean sculpted by violence, shockwaves of long-dead stars, magnetic scars, and invisible rivers of plasma. What Voyager has found is not fantasy. It is not wormholes or alien fleets. It is something stranger and more real. The realization that we live in a fragile pocket, cradled by forces we barely understand, within a galaxy that is far more dynamic and hostile than we ever imagined. Every pulse Voyager hears, every cloudlet it charts, every boundary it crosses builds toward a single truth. Humanity was never meant to stop at the edge of the solar system. We were meant to listen, to learn, to push further. Because space is not a void to be ignored. It is a story written in plasma, radiation, and time. And Voyager, half-deaf, decades old, running on fading power, is still out there, writing the first chapter for us. So the next time you look at the stars, remember, 15 billion miles away, a golden-plated messenger is still drifting, still listening, still mapping the hidden bones of the galaxy. And maybe it's reminding us that the true frontier isn't just out there. It's our hunger to understand. If you followed this far, you're not just curious, you're one of the few listening when the universe whispers. Tell us in the comments what you think Voyager will uncover next, beyond the maps, beyond the models, beyond what we think we know. And don't forget to subscribe to Waves Discovery, because the next signal is already on its way.